their agents for that matter. So we'll have to see if they really try to push a massive lead here going into halftime, because you are at least guaranteed the halftime 12 rounds before it is up, and we'll see what Dreamland does here on attack, because when it is a map like Haven, it is definitely dictated by the attacker's movements.
100%. And I don't see Jisung actually. So I do see Sideswipe. I did recognize that. That was a very
Hmm.
good duelist for them. And they're going to go on the Reyna. Now, a lot of the time, I do actually like the Phoenix on here because the flashes and the wall are very useful, especially when you're pushing through mid. So something telling me with the Sova pick, which is a very standard pick, that they're probably going to try to act on this a little more aggressively, especially with the flashes and the the dash and mobility of the jet. So that's my guess with triangles. We're probably going to see a little more of a. They're probably going to live up. A good defense could be a good offense. What their beliefs are, and
Right,
looking
right.
at that, they're also choosing the cipher as well.
Yeah, so
It's
we actually
nice.
did not see the Phoenix come out from either side. I was in agreement with you. I think Phoenix is a really strong pick with the flashes on this map, and just to run it back really can get you onto sites that you need. But both teams opting for a little bit safer strategy. I believe it was a full mirror match if I am not mistaken. But we'll have to see what these teams opt for with a lot of information coming out from these agents kits.
Speaking of Op 4, probably going to be a big thing to pay attention to as well is the Jets popping off as the Op duelists. Just coming in here. Jet Op is just a popular thing. Even with the 5K, it's still sometimes an ideal matchup. And you are right, Barrio. We are going to see the mirror matchup. So, a lot of the time for me, I try to pay attention to the Sova just because it really does depend on how much information you can get. Yes, you have ciphers, but a lot of the time they're more immediate information that sort of are later, you know, post plant pushes and stuff like that you try to set up. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to pay attention to the attackers a lot, see how much rounds can be strung together by Dreamland, or will Triangle be able to hold it down on defense? Only time will tell.
Yeah, and like you said, you were very accurate. Triangle offense leaving C site or A site completely open, and they are stacking the other side
Hmm.
of this site. So they're playing for the retake, and we see Dreamland trying to go on B here.
Interesting call on to B. Earlier into it, it can be very difficult because you're working very little utility and firepower. Will be able to
Yep.
trade it out though, which is nice. But now they're going to push in through the garage, see if they can get anything out of the way. A little bit of a firefight going on there, and Fade will be hanging out sort of in the smoke, see if they can catch anybody off guard for the defuse. But it's just going to be bait for bait right now. A little bit of a standstill, but Zid big pick onto there. This is why the B side is sort of difficult because the connectors can be disengaged, but KB gets two through the smoke. The aggression is amazing. And they managed to get halfway through to the defuse, though. It is 2v1, and they will be able to get screwed face. It's going to be the last one. No, they actually won't. They'll get two. And Dreamland just barely holds on to it. Triangle might have been a good idea to go for the commit of the defuse, but nicely done.
Yeah, nicely done. Zid not able to defuse it. Really excellent spike placement from the side of Dreamland, who were able to, keep it right in front of B sites so that that window, guarded by Screwface, could be taken out if anyone really looked for that defuse. And yeah, just solid solid planting from the side of Dreamland, and then making sure that that spike was completely guarded.
Post plant was absolutely phenomenal. You're right about that. Here we go. They're going to go into the force buy a little bit and get that momentum going. And we're going to see pretty much a full save here as well from Triangle offense. So nothing to report here. If they can take some guns, that'll be a great round for them. But other than that, this is just going to be a free throwaway round. Zit tries to get something through smoke, gets the tag up KP quite a bit, but they will be able to walk away with skin attached or devices, whatever that is. But yeah, this is just the lawnmower coming down. Fortunately, has to reload the bullets, won't be able to get anything, and it's a clean round for Dreamland on the board once again. But
Yeah.
we're about to go into the buy phase.
Yeah, obviously the save ran from Triangle. They got mowed down just as it was expected. Nothing really from the side of Firepower coming on the side of Triangle in that round. But like you said, the buys are coming out now, and we could actually see Zid on the jet go for an operator. He's got the credits for it. I'm not exactly sure still holding off. That might be an aggressive play they're looking for as they want to sort of get their name back on the board.
Uh-oh.
Down. Oh, and it does happen, so the operator coming out.
You called it. I was wondering if they were just going to commit to the knives and just save up so they can go full armor into op next round, but hey, when you got the creds, you got the creds. I suppose go for it. Ooh, early pick. Nicely done. And good TP, or not TP, but just a good positioning. Crossfade, they go in for the aggressive B push, but unfortunately just not ready for the crossfire setup. And now Jerk gets revealed as well, which is pretty massive. And now they are going to be able to secure onto C, but the retake is going to be so easy for Triangle offense, theoretically. The player advantage is just so strong. They're going to have a lot of information. KP is going to try to see what they can discern here. But the camera will be destroyed. Nice shock arrow. Gets a little bit of a tag up. Might be able to find one. Will be able to do so. Actually, Jerk is able to set up. Neural Theft will be dropped, but will be enough. It's 2v3. They are in a post-plane situation, and there is actually a little bit of tagged up. And they get the shock dart. This is massive. So now it's 2v1 though. Can't clutch it one more time. Adrenaline will go down, but they're still committing to the defuse, and I don't think they're aware of it. No, they aren't. And now it's going to be finally around the board, and they don't even get to walk away with their life. Massive commitment there from Abe.
Oh, and Abe gets the operator, and insult to injury. Screwface, I don't know if he heard the defuse cue at all because he was sitting there waiting, listening for it, but it was already being started, so that's why the defuse just completely was free for Abe. And man, that's just unfortunate. I really think it was just a he didn't hear the cue from the defuse.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. An audio cue that happened, and you know that's sometimes the difficulty is that the Sova utility makes a lot of noise, and if you're far away, it's going to be tough to hear it. I mean, yeah, it just happens sometimes. You just think you have it on lockdown, but then in reality, you miss that slight audio cue. It's a game of sound in Valorant a lot of the time. Just the simplest sound gives away so much, or if you miss it, loses so much information. So, you know, it's a back and forth for that.
Yeah, you got to keep your ears listening. It's so important in this game, and we just saw a little bit of a cost from there, but now we see Dreamland on the attack. They're making their way over towards this A site. We haven't seen a full push from them yet, and we'll have to see if this is going to be a successful round.
We're able to bonus last round, so they have weapons in their arsenal, so they should be able to be fine here. Dreamland might be able to find one, but the cage goes up. They're going to use the push through. Nicely done. Empathy actually drops out the knives. The ultimate comes in, but through the smoke, they had information. Adrenaline, massive. Gets KP. That's the spike down. Now they're in a little bit of awkward position. Still be able to pull it off, but that does keep pressure on. Actually, no! Adrenaline gets a second one. Oh my gosh, the dominoes are happening right now as they will be able to find two. That pick earlier on to KP was massive. It's made the spike in an awkward situation. Now they have to just win the fight. Drops down from heaven. I don't think they heard it. Nine will be out. Won't be able to find anything. Actually gets caught out. Whiffs the shot, and that's going to be another round for Triangle offense. A massive round right there.
Yeah, it's standing strong in the defense. Adrenaline playing really, really well in heaven there. We saw two crucial kills come out, completely stopping the attack and the plant from Dreamland. And as that time ticked down, it sort of looked like they were completely out of that round. And yeah, that's why another round goes over to Triangle offense, and they are just feeling so good. You know, getting the operator back in the hands of Zid, and man, that's such another insult to injury to the side of Dreamland.
It was strong sentinel play, that's for sure. Yeah. It was so strong coming in from Triangle offense, and honestly, you wouldn't be able to get away with that kind of play if it wasn't for the fact that they had their Cypher on heaven. That was pretty big brain plays right there. But moving on to the next round, gonna be a little bit of a save. A little bit of bonus coming in from Triangle offense as well. Dreamland, they're probably just going to go through Garage and rush on to C, but they also like B. The B has been sort of a popular push for them for the past few rounds. Not really getting a whole lot of success, or it makes it very close, but still, I'm going to make it worth their time. But Sideswipe, going to just run in there, roll out, and try to get as much as they can. Gets one, but that's going to be roughly about 2 for 2. But the spike hasn't been planted, and that's actually the spike right there. It's going to be dropped right down onto it, drops the smoke so that way they can at least obtain it and try to get the plant, and they will be successfully able to do so. The priority is trying to win out this fight, though. Not to get the plant. They are going to be able to find one. G goes down, and that's going to be big. Now it's 2v2, but Zid, I mean, this is going to be a save, obviously, so not much they can do. It's a 1v1, but Zid has a very big gun and some good reflexes. Potentially goes for an early shot. Not going to be able to find it. Actually gets caught off Jerk with a massive round right there. Big stinger plays and will be able to lock it down for the teammate and retrieve the op. This op has been a frisbee in this game.
It's absolutely being shared from each team. It feels like every other round someone's picking up the operator that was bought all the way back in round 3. And so, you know, we just see that being passed back and forth. And, you know, I really did not expect Dreamland to win that push. And it was definitely messy. It definitely got a little scrappy towards the end. But, you know, I don't really like it when you push B and it's like the entire site has already developed. The round is developed. And, you know, the defense has enough time to react to that B push. You know, they got the win. So we'll have to see what they do with this round here.
They're hoping to snowball. Keep getting those rounds. I mean, this is great from Triangle offense to be a silver lining for them for losing that round. They are still keeping it close on defense, which is exactly what you want to do on this map. So, can't really complain too much about what Triangle's trying to do. Dreamland, they need to stack rounds, otherwise it's going to be difficult. There's been quite a couple of clutches and individualistic talent. Not lacking for them, but we'll see. Info. They'll know at least one is there. The arrow was shot down, but they're not ready for the crossfire setup. The taps are coming in. The sheriffs are big. Digi comes out with another one. This is expensive as all get out for Dreamland, as they will have the spike again in another awkward position. They have been making this so difficult for themselves unnecessarily. Just rushing them with the spike, not really getting as much info. I wouldn't have tried to commit to that if I were you, but now they have the spike, thankfully, thanks to the mobility of the jet, and they will be making their way over to A.
Yeah, they use the Hunter's Fury to create a little bit of space to get out of that sticky situation. Somehow they still managed to take out 3 members in that push. It looked pretty doomed for them. A couple members stepped up. I did not see exactly who picked up those frags, but now they are only going to have to hold off 2 members of Triangle offense, and that is absolutely feels like it could favor them. As you see. Oh, no.
Oh, they're not ready. Oh! Swipe will get one. Wins a couple shots. They know exactly where they are. The flash comes out, though. Zed doesn't even know where to turn. No, not Zed. Excuse me. That's on their team. Oh, but he managed to grab the handle. And I didn't even know if that was priority is going to work. Another Reyna and another clutch back and forth again. And this is, again, more massive for Triangle just because they're on the defense. And the op, once again, shared.
Would you believe it or not? The op changes hands once again. I mean, we're going to keep seeing it until one of these teams starts to really push their advantage, and that is not what we're seeing right now. It is tied up score from both sides. Actually, I really did not expect Dreamland to drop that. I thought they had a solid defense, but I think Zid just came from an angle they were not expecting.
Yeah, and on top of that as well, again, they've been sort of pushing with not a lot of information and getting punished for it. So if they go for this aggressive push, they are not going to be welcome. Sideswipe, they go for the drone, nicely done. That does command Zid to fall back, which is great. But a little peek, they know where Fade is, and they get it right through the smoke, and that is information right back around. They're not getting the value that they need here on Dreamland. They just can't work with the information that they have. Sideswipe will go down, but it's already still player deficit, and the duelist is still hungry Zid.
Yeah, Dreamland are really not having too much luck here early, and the entire 4 members of Triangle offense are here to defend, and we see a couple members flanking, a couple members holding down the A side.
Nice.
Not gonna go well.
Screwface will be able to find it. Nice information right there. Gonna drop the cage, and now they're able to set up a good post-playing position, but they get it caught off guard. Adrenaline able to get them as they just wait through the smoke patiently. And oh my goodness, Empathy is able to find it. And again, Triangle will get the lead. It's been a little bit back and forth, but they'll finally be able to do it. And gotta say, color me impressed. This is really good from Triangle, catching them off guard and sort of being a lot more patient than I was expecting. Sure, they're getting cheeky peeks here and there, but they're doing it with info.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we see that the operator stays on the side of Triangle offense for the second round in a row, and that economy is just looking good. We saw Zid buy off the gun for Adrenaline, who was not able to afford it. They're just feeling so good that they keep picking up this operator. And on the other side, Dreamland, not going to fare as much luck, you know, sort of not the greatest guns coming out from their side here.
Get out of my way!
No, they had to save. The economy was going to crash.
That
A lot
dart.
of info. I mean, it's a save. You do what you can. Get the bang for your buck as much as you want. But, yeah, knives as well coming out. This just means that they're going to try to do what they can. Get the plant. Just make the economically sound. With a couple of rounds strung together and the fact that they managed to pick back up the op, they're not going to be able to dent the economy quite as much as they would like to on Triangle. So, Dreamland just going to do what they can. They are just going to commit to the A push, but they're already going to get shot down like fish in a barrel thanks to Zid and Abe just trading it back and forth. Last one standing in the smoke, but they know where they are. They see it, and Zid, nicely done. A big flawless round just makes that economy ever more mountable.
Dreamland, you know, they get spotted by that dart, just like I said, but they decided to stay, you know, sit back, wait a couple seconds, and they went back in and just got mowed down. And it's just like Triangle offense didn't buy their bluff at all. They saw straight through the side of Dreamland's poker face, and well, like you said, the buys are now strong for Dreamland. So this is gonna be a big round. If they drop this from the side of Dreamland, you know, they're gonna feel so bad for the rest of this half, and I just don't know how you recover, at least for this half.
Theoretically, it will be rough, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not what you want, but I've seen crazier things on people winning on defense in this map. Good coordination can work out, but unfortunately, with plays like that, Hunter's Fury, not really a lot of information to work off of. Doesn't get the value that they need, and they just know that they're potentially pushing for mid. Goes for a shot, actually also gets the tag as well, and they will be able to get empathy, knowing exactly where they were, hanging on graffiti. Shock dart, might be able to find stuff, gets a little tag onto KP. They have to back out now. They really just, they're committed to this. They're stuck in a little corner as well. They might be able to take advantage of this. Screwface, able to get Abe, traded it out, but they're still our position to throw out the smoke and then back out. They know exactly where they are and start making their way over to CC Garage, and this is a smart play from Dreamland.
You have Dreamland, 44 seconds. Teleport comes out from Fade. I think you're exactly right.
Nice. Line, but also smart from Dreamland. Leaving Jerk behind just to make sure that they don't get flanked out by Garage, and now the retake's going to be awkward, and this is where this point gets very awkward on defense, because now if you're on that player deficit, the retake, it's going to be hard. They know exactly where you're coming from, and there's so many angles to check, but if Zid can find the shots, they can totally deny it. It's now one more standing, last and long. If they just push up aggressive, they'll be able to find it. Doesn't get the trade, but Screwface,
Oh, no,
it's revealed. They know exactly where they are. Halfway through, can they clutch it out one more time? The shot could be massive. Does manage to get it. There's very little to no time. They're gonna have to go for it. They actually managed to do it, and within time as well. Side swipe, clutching it out again for the team. So big, and they get the off back as well. Just the cherry on top.
Yeah, Triangle offense now with a 3-round lead, and you know, Dreamland, really, like I said, that was their round to come back. The economy not looking super hot, and, you know, I think, yeah, this looks like it's going to be a save round. They're all buying Stingers. They're all getting that light armor. And, yeah, it's just, I'm not a fan of this B push. They keep trying, and they keep not, like, playing it slow enough to where they give enough information over to the Triangle offense to completely set up and defend the B, but they're also, you know, not fast enough to where they can completely get on site. But Adrenaline already starting off with a kill, so this is not good.
No, and through the smoke, no less. So they are aware that there is some type of push towards C potentially, and well, I guess, you know, this doesn't feel good. But I mean, they're doing what they can. Another one through the smoke. Had the information that time though, but yeah, this is all locked out. Don't even think they're gonna be able to find one. Flash is infinite. Yeah, that's a big flawless round again. And now they're gonna they guarantee a positive half. So Triangle Offense getting the 7th round on the board. This is massive. This is, I mean, I was expecting Triangle to do well against Dreamland, but I wasn't expecting this well, Mario.
Yeah, no, this is an absolute shocker that they are putting up 7-3 on Dreamland. And, you know, just cherry on top, they are on defense on Haven. So, like we talked in the pregame, it's definitely favored towards the offense. But, like, this is the exact opposite of what, you know, the scoreline I almost expected from these teams. So, we are not out of this from the side of Dreamland. They definitely could bring it back 5-7. That's not a terrible half to go into, but they got to make the adjustment right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a terrible half. You're absolutely right. We definitely don't want to be in that position. But unfortunately, this is where Dreamland finds themselves. Does get Zid. Zid was feeling themselves a little too much, and now they got the op back, which is nice. And now they have a full push over onto the seaside potentially, but 2 from Abe! Are you kidding me? They knew exactly where they were coming from, sitting in a nest, nicely put in, and just ripe for the plucking of the vulture of Abe. Though, that being said, back out, but Abe is able to meet in turn, and now it's a 2v2 situation, and the Reyna hasn't been able to heal, which means that they're in an awkward position, haven't been able to plant yet. Now they need to focus on winning this duel. Jarek does get Abe, so now they're able to overheal, which is big. So sideswipe down to the last one, and they know that they're rotating. Now here comes the 1v2 A site duel.
Yeah, you know, sideswipe, making sure, checking B's site, that is not where the plan is coming. Now he knows it's on A. Is he going to be able to pull off the 1v2? Or is he going to fall short here? And this is the round that Dreamland needed if they're able to close it out here. They absolutely have the advantage, and they have the spike down. Sideswipe. It's so quiet as he enters site.
Gets one off guard. They don't know where the last one is on Heaven, though, and Jerk will be able to take that to their advantage. A 4th round on the board, and like you said, Barrio, 7-5 ain't bad, but it's definitely not where you want to be, but let's hope that Dreamland can still keep it close.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the last round, so Triangle Offense can spend what they've saved up. They've been very good in their investments as they are still fully stocked up, full armor, full rifles, the operator on to the side of Zid, and you know, they could probably buy a little bit more if they had the ability to. So this is a full buy from both teams. Last round, we'll have to see if Dreamland can pull a 2nd round in a row here, which has been tough for them.
No walk in the park for sure.
Take flight.
Now we do have to highlight, you know, Screwface on the Sova does have the Hunter's Fury, and that's going to be a big, a massive ultimate to look out for from the side of Dreamland if they're trying to take this round. And you know, there's not too many other impactful ults. Triangle Offense with the Omen Teleport, not super useful here, but we'll have to see as looks like they're making their way for the A push, which we've only seen one other time this game. Successfully, sorry.
It's true. I mean, it almost feels non-existent. B and C is sort of the big bread and butter, so yeah, very rare on the A push. But already off the bat, Adrenaline starting with success. Doesn't deny the plant, so KP will be able to get a lot away from this. But we've seen Adrenaline do this last time, and they were able to find some pretty good. Will they be able to deny the plant?
Oh,
Not this time, but they do get KP, and that's still big. Hunter Fury is going to come out. They might be able to find something, but nah, Screwface not going to be able to get it. Just actually gets flanked out, and there we go. Another round on the board. 8-4 is your half. Triangle offense on defense, and now they're about to go into attack. Barrio, what a turnaround. This is so 180.
Adrenaline, the Heaven Hero, I'm going to start calling him because that is the 2nd round in a row. He's completely stopped that A push from the side of Dreamland. You know, they tried it a couple rounds ago, and it did not work out. They tried it again, basically the exact same scenario. He was completely feeling it and picked up 2 kills for himself. That's so brutal as this pistol round's coming out. We're gonna have to see the adaptation from the side of Dreamland, but now they're on defense, and like we've talked about, this is not a defense favored map, so they're really gonna have to step up here if they want to try to get this win.
Definitely need to sort of not be frustrated. They need to not lose sight. the silver lining is this is the first round of groups, so technically you have a couple of other rounds. This is definitely a you have a cushion of being able to afford one round loss, but does not feel good to lose it right away. But still, that at least you can afford it right now, and that's the benefit that Dreamland can go into this if they don't win this. But let's put that behind us right now.
Right.
Focus on the present. Dreamland still, it is pistol for pistol, so technically they have the utility and the firepower to evenly match this up.
And
However, they're tagged up a little bit.
we saw Triangle offense living up to the name. So methodical on defense and how they played their defense. I expected the exact same from offense as they've played it so slow. Sort of just trying to peek, trying to see where the side of Dreamland is defending, if they get any information at all. And now we see all members from Dreamland ditching A. Okay, they actually are. They're reallocating a couple members, but they're just playing it so slow and trying to get as much information and before they make this push. And that's something I always love to see from offense push here. Oh man,
Been pushed through, and A's been pretty much free. Yes, he'll be able to go back over to the site, but it's not in the position that like Screwface almost going down. We'll be able to find some information, but that's roughly about it. However, good defense already pushing in. Nice Hysterias. They'll push in aggressive with sideswipe, only able to find one. This is not going to be working out, and there we go. A massive pistol round won by Dreamland. Just interesting post-plan situation of just trying to push up aggressively. Not sure if that was the play, but Dreamland now has an opening and not too far away from taking back the lead.
Yeah, Dreamland, as I said, it cast a curse to the side of Triangle offense. They actually sent 2 members the last second over to A, and they got Screwface up into heaven. Was able to do some work there, like we've seen from Adrenaline earlier. This just on the other team, and so. Yeah, really, really solid stuff from the side of Dreamland on defense. They had a great pistol round at the start of the last half, so, we can't dictate this whole half by that, but a really, really impressive performance already.
We're actually going to see Triangle go into the force buy as well, so they know that they feel a little on edge. They don't want to lose any type of momentum. They don't want to give too much rope over to Dreamland to hang on to and try to climb themselves back up from this deficit, and I don't blame them. I mean, again, even though they've been able to take the lead and they've been pretty scary themselves, Dreamland is just as scary, and they can be a force to be reckoned with, as we already see, getting trade for trade here. Nice information from KP. They're doing so much damage with empathy, and there we go. Last one standing, Zid, fortunately goes down, and they've only were able to take down one. Dreamland's 2 rounds away from tying this up, and now Triangle, they have to save here. They have some money, but if they keep forcing this, they're just going to be running into quite the economic deficit.
Yeah, I think Triangle was definitely over greedy there with that buy. Like you said, they had this big lead, but now they dropped 2 rounds in a row, and this could be a third. And that gap of a lead they had, which was 4 rounds, is starting to seem much, much smaller. And I mean, Dreamland definitely seems up to the task. They look like they've already reset after having such a brutal start to this game. We get into this. Yep.
Buy a couple of shares just to see if they can find anything, but yeah, like this is just going to be so tough. They might be able to catch Fade off guard, and they will be able to. Nice head tap on Zip, but they lined up for Empathy, and that is going to be a nice little spray down. Also coming in from Screwface, and that's a spike right there. Not going to get much, and that's actually pretty big. Does get 1 because Fade was caught off guard, but that was almost practically flawless. Economically now, they're safe and sound on the side of Dreamland right now. And they're 1 round away from tying it up, Barrio.
Yeah, they're 1 round away, like you said, and yeah, their economy is looking just so good. They really haven't had to buy anything since that second round. They just got a couple Stingers and Spectres since they have bought those and keeping them in hand. So their economy is looking absolutely dynamite, but side of Triangle, they've got those full buys. They're actually, weirdly, just how the rounds have worked. They have a stronger buy than the side of Dreamland. So this definitely could potentially favor them. We're going to have to see what happens. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, knives don't work out for Empathy there, and DG will be able to get Jet and walk away with it. I mean, they are been pretty methodical. They play for info as best they can when they have the buy or they felt like they were even in firepower. So That's at least something going for them. But yeah, okay. So DG's just gonna play over there, see if they can cause more noise for the rotate to happen. Meanwhile, they are gonna slowly make their way over to C. Actually, trying to free it up. I don't think they're ready for Jerk though.
Yeah, Jerk grabbing that kill. Oh, it's gonna, meet the rifle of Sideswipe, and now Triangle offense looking very strong as they have the member advantage, and they are planting on the C site. Oh no.
It's a good peek. Abe's able to find that. It's pretty massive. Fate has been sort of caught off guard a little bit due to trying to step as much as they can. Pretty massive. And already off the bat, we're finally seeing Triangle offense do exactly what they've been looking to do, is play for info, go for peaks, and just be aggressive unnecessarily. They just sort of try to just sort of slowly secure it. That was a pretty big flank in a way, just catching a lot of them off guard. Going through garage was pretty much open for the most part.
Yeah, I gotta talk about how Screwface thought he was in medieval times, shooting an arrow directly in the face of Sideswipe. Turns out that's not gonna work, as the gun does pick him up. And KP is gonna fall to the detonation of the spike. And oof, that was a much needed win from Triangle offense, as they started to look like they were gonna slip away the lead that they had.
Certainly, but I mean, they did give a round for free earlier with that force buy, and now, Dreamland, even though they did lose that, they can still buy into this round. So they're not out of the woods yet, Triangle offense. It is still a very close game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right about that. With the Dreamland's really, really efficient economy in these last 3 rounds of this half, they were able to full buy, get an operator on Empathy, and really, really could take this round back, as, like I said, they were actually in an economy disadvantage last round.
Ooh, okay. Pretty big whiff from Empathy.
Yeah.
Gets tagged up a little bit. Actually gets tagged a lot. And, I mean, they'll be able to set up. But now, A is going to be looking mighty juicy for Triangle offense, most likely, as we do see a lot of the players start making their way over there. No rotates yet, though, coming in from Dreamland. So, it is going to be hit or miss if they commit to this.
Yeah, Empathy, like you said, got tagged up, has rotated where his operator angle is coming from, so Triangle offense did not pick up that kill and still have to be worried of where that operator is, even though it's just on A site. You gotta respect where Zayd could be, and so that's why this is such a slow push from them. All right.
Back him into the duels. I like it from Dreamland. Just going to get the tag. If they don't get the frag, get the fudge out and dodge. I like it a lot. Dreamland, though, does get Empathy. They have been tagged up quite a bit, some of the players. So when they do run into the second duel, they are going to be working with a health deficit. However, trade for trades does make this easier for Dreamland to keep trying to fight this fight. And Triangle, I mean, they're doing a lot of do-si-do, and there's no commitment to sites quite yet. They like to play with info, and sometimes that could be your downfall, because you're going to be against time, and then you're going to have to be rushed in. The info is there. They know exactly where they're coming from. But can they line the shots, though? Triangle offense able to get them from everywhere. Screwface is going to have to do a yeoman's job, but they're already tagged up by the shock arrow, and they're going to have to go away from here. Might try to save onto this Phantom, but they're going to see what they can do. Spike has only just started to plant just a few seconds ago, so they can do what they can. Does get the tag, at least one position, but they might not know the crossfire setup here. Oh, no, they might hear the footsteps, but yeah, Screwface is going to go for exit frags most likely. There's not enough time, and yeah, Adrenaline going to be able to find it. Nice try from Screwface, but now we're in the double digits for Triangle offense.
And that's actually so brutal, because the members of Triangle offense are able to hold on to their weapons. They didn't lose any, and yeah, now that same deficit is being reformed for the side of Dreamland. They are now down 3 rounds. Decent buys still coming out. Their bank is now just starting to see some zeros coming out. Not everyone's able to get exactly what they want. And even someone like Fade only having the Spectre and the light armor, so not the best scenario for Dreamland here, as they gotta try to pull this game back. Oh my!
Oh, very risky orb that they tried to go up there, and they will get not even the trade. Dizzy not able to get that reaction time. However, that's a good opening. I mean, Dreamland is working with an armor deficit, so this is going to be very difficult to work with. Empathy again, missing the shots. This is getting uncomfortable. They won last round, nicely done, but again, Or actually, no, they didn't even win last round.
Yeah.
So, oh.
Well, Triangle offense on the offense here, but they are down a member. Make that, sorry, they're down 2 members. Make that now 1 as Sideswipe picks up their first kill for his team, and they're looking to make this B push happen. But you know, we historically this site not seen some good B pushes.
That was with little to no information. Nerova comes out and does that, reveal some stuff. Actually, does tell them that they should back away as they know there's quite a few people to connect. They're very smart of Triangle offense. However, 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and they are looking to commit to this A. It does depend on what Zid tries to do. Sideswipe's actually going to vibe out, see if they can catch anybody on the rotation. But I don't think they'll be able to hear anybody, as they will either go through their defense spawn. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sideswipe with a really solid flank actually does move his positioning a little bit of questionable, as they're about to see a Reyna duel, picking up Jerk on the other side of the map, really huge. Now the spike has been planned.
Sideswipe does manage to find 2, actually. That's actually amazing. Now they have caught the flank. KP was the last one standing in this 11th round. A massive flank from Sideswipe. I was worried if they were going to give away their position the way that they were pushing up and, you know, fire him down, but they've been showing up. Great duelist.
No, absolutely. Sideswipe picking up 4K in that round. Something I was thinking, like, oh, this is a bad flank, you know, moving position. No, absolutely, I was wrong. Picking up 3 extra kills after I said that, and yeah, proven me wrong. That's for sure. As now they have a 4-round lead. 1 more round until they make it match point for the side of Triangle offense, and this is just brutal to see Dreamland already falling maybe early on in the group stages to someone.
I mean, it makes the event exciting, that's for sure, at least. And also on top of this, this is very much looking like an upset. This is a force coming in from Dreamland, which we see with Guardian coming out, some sheriffs and armor. It's not pretty for Dreamland. They're working with what they got in Triangle. They know that they have this advantage going into this economically, so they can just play for picks right now, and they will be in a good position. So if they guarantee match point, they pretty much guarantee the entire map, and as Zid just marks another one off the block.
Yeah, and now they're making their way over to A. It's a 5v2, and there's not too many things that Dreamland can do. Unfortunately, they might even have to save here, but with their guns, it's not really worth saving. But as that's being said, with their guns, there's not too much of a chance that they can take back 5 members. We've seen some crazier things, but we're going to have to see a miracle come out from the 2 members of Dreamland. Now the play is developing. They're actually being hunted from the members of Triangle offense. This is a very aggressive defensive setup they have as they spread widely across the map.
Why not?
Yep.
They have the weapon advantage and everything. Pretty much if they win, when they win this, they have a very good economy, and Jerk, they at least have 1. They will be able to find 1 more rifle. The exit frags are going to be pretty valuable. Going to try to pick up the Phantom and walk away with their life, but Sideswipe gets them off guard. At least Jerk will have a Vandal, but that's going to be it. Dreamland forced up this round, and now it's match point for offense, and they're not going to be working with the hottest of economies. Look at that. Not even full armor for KP. I mean, they'll get some rifles. They'll try to mess the firepower, but they're also dealing with an ult deficit as well.
Yeah, the only ultimates on the side of Dreamland is that Hunter's Fury, and that's such an impactful one. Screwface, really, really great player. Could do something, but like you said, there's not too much, because on the other side, 4 ultimates being lined up. Very, very effective ultimates too, so gotta make something happen, some kind of miracle if Dreamland wants to stay in this game.
They need to call upon the power of the Star Rod. Just something. I don't know.
I don't know.
You gotta absorb some ability. I don't know. You're from Dreamland. You're from Planet Popstar, for goodness sake. You should be able to do something like Kirby, but fortunately, Zid gets fade, and that's already the first one down. That's your smokes gone as well. I mean, the nerves to Jet are pretty massive. It's only a few second smokes. You won't really count that as much anymore. It doesn't even help you get rid of the recon arrow for that long. And already fate revealed. makes them do a little dance. Apathy is just going to play at sewers a little bit longer, see if they can find it. But Triangle, they know better than to try to play the song and dance. Sideswipe will try to go for their own flanks though, plays their own game, but unfortunately,
Yep, gonna fall to
caught
KP
out.
there.
Ooh. Call Zid able to find one, but they get revealed. The tripwire is pretty massive from Jerk. And here we go. We have Triangle offense versus a couple of players quite tagged up. 20 seconds remaining. They haven't been able to plant the spike. Paranoia gets dropped down. Might be able to find something. Does get revealed through the tripwire, but they're able to find one. It's aimed down to them, but not going to be the case. And Dreamland still gets to keep their head just above water.
Yep. Every single round is going to be a massively important win for them if they continue to do it. That's the first one, as they are only 4 rounds down. You know, that's going to be hard. You know, Triangle offense, definitely a team that could probably just lock this game away. But if Dreamland sort of puts on a performance like that, you know, they lost a member early, but they really brought it back later stages of that round. So, you know, that was a flash of brilliance, really, to somehow bring that round back. And now the operator in the hands of Screwface, players that we've seen absolutely go nuts with the operator before. And he's really got to step up here to win this. Oh, and just like I said, he picks up Zid with the operator, already up 1 member, or down 1 member.
Seems like they're in better hands than they operate now today. Unfortunately, Empathy usually will find stuff early, so see if they can find it. Screwface gets another one. It's going to be pretty massive. Garage will be open for business, though, now. Keep trying to push up for the C push, but I don't know if it's going to be able to work it. They haven't started pushing up yet. They're going to go for the rotate, but Screwface says, never mind. Demi, be quiet. I'm just going to push up and go for the peaks. Fair enough.
Yep, Screwface doing his own little thing here, and it's now a 2v3. Members of Dreamland still in control of this, but Triangle offense with the spike, with the 3 sites, they might be able to make some kind of cheeky play here. You know, they're absolutely doing that as they go through mid here. Gonna run into quite a lot of traps and utilities set up from this Cypher.
And they can't really deal with it too much without revealing themselves. The tripwires are set up all over the place on B site, and they're going to reveal themselves one way or another through KPs, many cages and trips, and they will be able to get not one tag, but they'll deny the plant. Nicely done. A great execution from Dreamland and Triangle offense. They're making that opening wider and wider for us to go into overtime. Overtime for the first map, Barrio.
Overtime for the first map for sure. There's a chance. It's 9-12. That's 2 rounds picked up in a row for Dreamland. And it's sort of just been sporadic all game what rounds they pick up. But, you know, this could be their chance. You know, they have, if they win this round, Triangle offense is really going to be in a tough position with the economy. You know, they probably have 1 more solid buy until they're going to have to save again. So Dreamland looking really strong as, like we mentioned earlier, that ultimate battle is actually now just even, and we could see Dreamland take use of that.
Doors of opportunity are being opened, and gaps are being closed ever so slightly. A few rounds away for Dreamland, and yeah, like you said, economically, and also, you know, ultimate-wise, it's pretty even Steven for right now, but Triangle offense, they're on their tippy toes, stepping on thin ice. They try to do anything cheeky, and they're going to go for a B push. And again, this B push seems so well coordinated from Dreamland to try to lock it down. But they get killed early, which is pretty big. But Empathy pushes in the aggression, makes things awkward. Spike is planted, though, which is nice. But Empathy is stuck in an awkward position, gets caught out. They're getting traded for traded. Trade for trade, excuse me. They do have some information. Faye might be able to catch one off guard. It is Abe. They're able to do it. And again, Sideswipe's last one standing, but that's not going to be able to clutch it out, unfortunately. And again, Dreamland, nicely done. Looked scary in the beginning, but they were able to play for intel, and they were able to use their smokes very effectively, and they will be able to win out another round. Now they're in the double digits as well.
Yeah, like you said, that B push is really, really awkward this game. We haven't seen a team really take effective use, except maybe that first one where I talked about Screwface holding down that window. Every other B push we've seen has not been that well coordinated and Dreamland took well use of the chaos to pick up a third round in a row. They're now 10 to 12, and they're really, really looking strong. And like I said, if Triangle offense cannot close it out here, they're going to be doomed to a save round as we might be sent into overtime. Dreamland's got to step up one last time, really big here.
Well, Triangle is forcing.
Oh, no.
That's going to be massive. Oh,
yeah.
the trade. It's okay, Barrio. We're still the overtime dream is still alive. Triangle offense get caught off guard very quickly. They're rushing it now. They don't care. They don't play for info anymore. They just feel like it's not going to be worth it now. It's a 3v4, and that's just not where you want to be.
Yeah,
Holy smokes.
Yeah, Screwface really aggressive peek with the operator. We haven't seen him do anything like that, and that's why Triangle offense was caught off guard so much there. He picks up 2 kills, and Triangle offense just doesn't really know what to do. They're sort of flustered here. Oh no, Abe does pick up Fade on the backside, so now it's a 3v3. Triangle offense sort of trying to collect themselves here. Oh no.
Abe might be able to get them to rotate. Does manage to find one. They're giving a bunch of 1v1s, but they might not be ready for KP. And again, the Sovas get caught off guard consistently, unfortunately. And now it's a 2v2. It is going to be very much a doable retake. A 2v2 is not that bad, but a great setup coming in from Triangle offense on the C long. It's really smart of them. They don't have the smokes to play with, though, so they can't just tag the spike and be on with it.
Yeah, this is really dream scenario for 2v2 to get out of range, get back into lobby, and Zid already picking up Jerk. Now it's just a one-on-one. Zid's got to be able to do it.
Gotta commit to it, but they're playing for time, and this is it. They won't be able to do it. KP Minus is able to find one. They actually got it halfway.
They got the defuse off.
Oh my gosh.
Dreamland, they're about to bring it back, and they only have one more round, and the save is being put on from Triangle offense. They really might have thrown it away a little bit. Actually, I was wrong. They look like they've got the full buys on their guns. They're going to be able to get most weapons except for Zid, probably a little behind with the light armor. Mostly fine. This is actually another round that Dreamland's got to step up to bring it to overtime, or Triangle offense can just lock it out. You know, they've brought us a show this far.
Certainly. I mean, I wouldn't complain for more Valorant. I don't know about you, Mario.
Oh no, I mean I came here for Valorant. That dart really reveals like so many of them.
So much info.
Oh my gosh,
so
but the
much
spike.
time to work with it. KP does go through the cage. They know that somebody's there, but are they going to commit to this Triangle offense? They go for info C on C. I think maybe caught potentially one of the players. They're going to go for a drone just for a second look around, and they will notice the jet coming in. They see that Zid is right there vibing with the op.
Oh
Actually,
my.
I think Screwface handed it over to them. I don't know. Yeah, Screwface did give them the op. Don't know. They've been doing pretty well with it, but I guess they really just want rifle for rifle just to guarantee this OT. Stereo Paranoia will come out, but doesn't get them. Zid's able to find 2, actually. Oh my gosh, Zid finds the opening. And now it's a 5v2, and the dream of an overtime doesn't seem very realistic. Abe is going to go for the Hunter Fury just to see if they can get a little bit of attack. I think might be able to find Fade at the very least. It's going to be tough. Paranoia comes out, though. It's pretty big. They are going to be able to trade it. Fade gets 2, but that's going to be it. That is it. Triangle offense will guarantee it. Well, it's one round away from the overtime, but a swift execution will make sure that our dreams are dead for overtime.
Yep, Dreamland's dreams are dead in that game, like you said, and really actually great final round from Triangle offense. You know, they made that aggressive push, but the sides of Dreamland were just so flustered by how they did it. You know, they kept the spike on the other side, just sort of spread out their members, but looked like they were doing a full aggressive push. That Dreamland didn't even know what happened as all their members fell in an instant, and really great effort from the side of Fade to try to bring it back at the last second. Did not be able to do it, and that will be the first crazy game going over to Triangle offense.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that. I'm sure also Dreamland wasn't expecting that as well. An early loss into groups means that if you're one loss away from just being eliminated, and there we go. A big factor to that was sideswipe as we see the stats. Honestly, the flanks were massive, and the swap up of playstyle from the entire team was great too. Started out slow and methodical, and then going for crazy execution and flanks that just wasn't comfortable for Dreamland. And Triangle offense looking like a mighty fine team that we'll probably see later in the playoffs too.
Yeah, but I mean, does not matter how you get to that win, how you get to that victory screen. Triangle offense did get it this time. Looked a little sloppy towards the end as they really, really made it interesting. But yeah, they did pull off the win. Sideswipe playing really well there. So, and we'll have to see as they progress further, and hopefully Dreamland's able to still win enough rounds to make it into the playoffs. But this sets them back. And yeah, so that's going to be all for us in this first round. We'll be back shortly, so don't go anywhere.